So we've checked out the original Suunto 9 Peak almost 1.5 years ago, and now we have the 9 Peak Pro in our hands to check out, and most of the things stayed the same and Suunto did not fix what was not broken, but there are some features that makes it the Pro version compared to the original. So most importantly, although not in the same league, the Apple Watch Ultra was also launched, so we want to see how does it stack up against an unusual competitor. So the Suunto 9 Peak Pro here is provided by Suunto for review, and although these were sent over to me, no money has exchanged hands, and this review is based on my honest and unbiased opinion. So pricing wise, the Suunto 9 Peak Pro is almost the same as the 9 Peak at launch, and with the all black model that I have here, this is the all black, it retails for $549 or 2,699 Malaysian ringgit, and there's also a titanium version at $699 or about 3,199 Malaysian ringgit. So comparing it to the Apple Watch Ultra that I have here, the Apple Watch Ultra comes in at $799 or 3,799 Malaysian ringgit. So let's see which of these watches would suit you better, and as usual, if you're interested in buying this watch, do check out my links in the description below. So the 9 Peak Pro retains almost an identical look as the 9 Peak that we have last time, but this time we have it in the all black model, which does not have a titanium case, and I think the overall design is still looking really sleek, but at 43mm the case still doesn't look big enough for my large hands and does look kind of small for me. So I've been rocking the Apple Watch Ultra since I got them, and this one is at 49mm, so you can see the size difference compared to the Suunto 9 Peak Pro here. But one thing here is that I'm always a fan of circular watches, so the only thing is that the Apple Watch only comes in a square design, not so much in a circular design, but I would much prefer a circular design. So with the 9 Peak Pro this time, you're still going to get a lovely sapphire crystal display at the top here, which is similar to the 9 Peak, and unlike the 5 Peak that we've also checked out that scratched after one mountain bike ride, because the 5 Peak doesn't have any sapphire crystal, and the 9 Peak Pro here would definitely hold up against rough adventures better. So I've already brought this out for mountain biking, for trail running. All of them hold up really well and there's no scratches even on the case here. So another thing is that in modern smartwatches, I honestly still cannot get over how thick the bezel is on the Suunto. Of course, compared to many other watches or sport watches out there, the bezel looks like it's pretty similar to most of those, but because of the thinner bezel that we have here and also the minimal case design, it kind of accentuates the look of the bezel. And when you use this watch under the sun, as you can see here, if I point it to the light up here, you can see how thick that bezel really is. So I personally like the overall black design of the watch here, and at the bottom of the case here you will get a subtle Suunto branding there, and I'm really glad that they put the branding here and not inside the bezel, so to keep the watch looking as minimal as possible. If it was up here, it wouldn't look that nice. And on the right side here, you're gonna get the same 3 buttons here to navigate around your watch, and the watch still does come with a touch screen, so you have options to control your watch. So at the bottom of the watch, you're gonna get a nice back similar to the 9 Peak that we saw, but you're also getting an improved heart rate sensor here as part of the Pro upgrade, and also a bunch of sensors. And you're also gonna see charging pins here, these 2 dots, for you to magnetically charge up your watch. Nothing much has changed here. So the strap that you're gonna get here is a 22mm quick release strap. So again, you can swap out any 22mm band very easily. All you gotta do is just press this down and the band is released, so you can just swap this out really easily. So there's also an upgrade with the strap here compared to the 9 Peak. So one thing that I didn't like about the 9 Peak is that the holes snap out of your hands very easily. So with the 9 Peak Pro, they came out with this new design whereby you have this lots of holes here which are rectangular, and at the end here you're gonna get a circular pin. So what happens here is that it's pretty difficult for you to get the pins in because one is circular, one is rectangular, but once you get it in, this thing is super secure. And I brought this out mountain biking, getting smacked by tree branches and everything, and it did not budge. And you can see that even if I were to pull like that, with quite a bit of force, and it's not coming out. But if you really want to release it, all you gotta do is just gently pull on it and it's out. So that's an enhancement to the new strap as well. So the 9 Peak Pro still comes with the same display technology, and overall specs is still the same. You're getting a 1.2-inch matrix display with a 240 by 240 resolution display here. So this is one of the reasons you're going to get great battery life with these watches, because they just draw very little power. Of course, comparing to a watch like the Apple Watch Ultra, you're going to get a lot of color, you're going to get a lot of light, and this Apple Watch Ultra actually goes up to 2000 nits under bright sunlight, so it's going to drain up quite a bit of your battery when you use them. However, for the Suunto 9 Peak Pro, it's for adventure and it's made to use outdoors. So even without a backlight, there's no lights turned on here. You can see if I point it to the light source here, it gets ultra clear and ultra bright. So that's one thing that why people love to use these type of watches when they do their long adventures. So the LED doesn't come on if you don't need it to, because the matrix display works really well under direct sunlight. So that helps to preserve the battery in those scenarios. Of course, you do get a backlight which is not aesthetically like how your retina display works, but more of for you to just see basic information at night for you without taking up a lot of battery. So you need to set your expectations straight, especially when you're jumping into these type of watches from a watch like the Apple Watch. So the 9 Peak Pro also comes with a better, more optimized battery, and with its performance GPS settings, you're going to get 40 hours of continuous GPS use compared to the 25 hours on the 9 Peak. So that's 15 additional hours, which is crazy. And with the endurance mode, you're going to get about 70 hours of continuous use with GPS, and tour mode 145 hours with GPS. Of course, this will affect GPS accuracy, but if you need the endurance, Suunto definitely got you covered. And as far as I'm aware, this is not a settings available in the Apple Watch Ultra. So, and with the standard smartwatch mode, you're going to get about 21 to 30 days of usage, and I've never once have to worry about battery life. And for the duration that I have this, about 3 weeks now, I've only charged it once out of the box, and also this morning a little bit more. So yesterday it dropped down to about 22%, and I brought it out for another run, and it only dropped 3% to 19%. So this morning I just quickly topped it up to 89% for this review. So charging is also now improved, and with 10 minutes of charge, you're going to get 10 hours of training use with GPS, and it only takes 1 hour to fully charge. So you can see that this 89% was charged up from 18% this morning. It took me about 15 minutes to get to 89%, which is crazy. So just to set your expectations straight, the Apple Watch Ultra also comes with an improved battery life compared to the traditional Apple Watch, but 3 days is the maximum I can push this, so you do have to take note the different types of watches here. This one is almost 30 days and this is only 3 days. So let's talk about the features of this watch. So as a watch for your adventure, you're going to get everything you need in order for you to track and get through your adventures, and the 9 Peak Pro still uses Bluetooth to sync your data across your phone and your watch, and this time it uses Bluetooth 5.3, and also this Bluetooth is also used to connect to your various tracking ports such as your heart rate sensors, bike sensors, and so on, which on paper is better option for connecting to your trackers, but if you have N+ trackers, then this watch does not support that. So the watch here also comes with a water resistance of 100 meters, and you can safely bring this watch swimming in both pool water or open salt water with no problems. People do use these watches for their Ironman runs, and swimming in the ocean is also not a problem with this watch. So like many adventure watches out there from Coros or Garmin that supports dual band GPS, the 9 Peak Pro doesn't come with dual band GPS support, but for most of my use cases in open road runs or mountain biking in the dense Malaysian rainforest, I don't see much issue with the tracking as compared to the Apple Watch Ultra, which comes with dual band GPS. At least for my use case, I don't honestly need military accuracy when it comes to tracking my sport, but as long as my distance, elevation, and don't fluctuate too much, I'm definitely fine with that. So in terms of weight, the all black model now weighs in at 64 grams, which is pretty light for a smartwatch, and the titanium one comes in at 55 grams, which is 3 grams heavier than the 9 Peak titanium. And if you compare it to the new Apple Watch Ultra, which also comes in a titanium case, which this one comes in at 61 grams. So as always with Suunto, you're going to get all the types of sports that you can think under the sun, and this time with the 9 Peak Pro, you're also going to get 2 additional sports, which is snorkeling and mermaiding. And if you intend to use your smartwatch as a dedicated music player while running and not have to bring your phone around, then unfortunately, because the Suunto does not have that feature. Finally, the Suunto is also built to meet military standard, which is the military standard 810H, which means it can withstand temperature shocks, drops, high pressure, sand, ice, and even salts. And also thanks to the feedback of the endurance users out there, the Apple Watch Ultra is also meeting the military standard 810H. So the Suunto app has always been consistent, and at the homepage here, this is where you're going to get your health summary, and you're also going to see your trainings and workout as you scroll down the page here. You can see all your rides, your runs. This is one of my mountain biking workouts. So it's pretty nice, and if you click into any one of them, you really get to see the details of your run, or in my case, your ride. So here you can see how long and how far I've ridden, my elevation, my heart rate zones. All of these informations are available as part of your watch. And you can also click on play, and it will show you how your entire journey went from start to finish, which is absolutely cool to have. And at the top here, you're going to show you all your different workouts. If you click in here, you're going to see your workouts, which is the same as just now. So you're going to be able to see all your health informations right over here. On the second page lets you see all the activities throughout the month. When were you active? So of course, I'm testing a couple of watches at the same time, so I can't wear them all at one time. So here you can see my summary of my runs, my mountain biking, my weight training, and so on and so forth, and it will show you where you usually ride and stuff like that. On the third page here, this is where your activities and your trends, and you will also see all your different workouts and all your other workout informations. So at the fourth page here, this is where you can get a map to create a route to then load into your watch for tracking later. And at the last page here, this is where you're going to get more settings for your watch. So that's pretty much all the features you get with the Suunto 9 Peak Pro. So in terms of tracking accuracy, I honestly can't tell comparing it to two other different watches, the Apple Watch Ultra and the Garmin Fenix 5X. So you can see from my recent mountain biking run with my friends who are running the two different watches. So all three watches captured really different stats. Of course, there are many factors to consider here, but overall I can see that it varies quite a bit. But running with the 9 Peak Pro and my Apple Watch Ultra, I noticed that distance are tracked very accurately, almost 1-to-1, and with the 9 Peak Pro being ahead by the Apple Watch Ultra by 50 meters all the time. I believe it's when I started the watches here, so I would say that the 9 Peak Pro is actually the same as the Apple Watch Ultra, which kudos to Apple Watch because they're making it very accurate now. Heart rate sensor wise, while running, I do see the two between the Suunto 9 Peak Pro as well as the Apple Watch Ultra. They do fluctuate quite differently as I check them, but based on how I feel during the run, I must say that the Suunto is definitely a little bit more accurate compared to the Apple Watch Ultra, and it's also more responsive to my body changes. So as I feel more tired, I can see my heart rate going up on the Suunto much faster compared to the Apple Watch Ultra. Other than that, I think they are both good in their own respect, and if you are a casual user or adventurer like me, I think these stats would work just great for me. Plus, it's not like I'm gonna wear multiple watches for my runs and rides all the time just to compare them, and I'm sure there are those athletes out there who really need pin drop accuracy, but for most use cases like people like me, I think they are pretty accurate as far as smartwatches or trackers are concerned. So again, I know there is very specific niche of users for this type of watches, and depending on what you normally use, they serve very different purposes. From an Apple Watch Ultra user perspective, when using the Suunto exclusively for about a week, I notice I use my phone more often to check on weather forecasts, notifications, and more, where if I use my Apple Watch Ultra, I tend to rely solely on it and use my phone less. So what is your take on these type of watches, and which type do you prefer? Do let me know in the comment section down below. So that is it for this review. If you find this video helpful, smash the thumbs up button, share this video everywhere, and if you haven't yet subscribed, do consider subscribing, and I'll see you in the next video.